Hey, what's up, party people? It's the Ruff Rev, America's Credit and Finance Drill Sergeant. On the road, just leaving Stockton University in South Jersey. Just came from a meeting with some high-level executives up there. And I just wanted to talk to you today real quick about education, right? Many of you know I have a college degree, graduate of Seton Hall University, and it's a great experience for me. However, today they sell college education like it's a magic bullet, like graduating from college is gonna make your life so much more wonderful, and all the plethora of opportunities are gonna be open to you, and it's going to open doors, and it has the potential to open some doors, but a little bumpy highway. Apologize about that. But in any case, I want to talk to you about the fact that education is not for everybody, at least not formal education. My father never graduated from elementary school. Now, he was an exceptional man who taught himself math, finance, basic accounting, just his air conditioning, and small business management, marketing, so forth and so on. He was self-taught. He was studying for life. He wasn't studying for a grade. Now, the difference in education is that many people are studying for a grade. Often there are many students in school that don't even know why they're there. They're there because mommy and daddy told me this is what we're supposed to do, and everybody else in my family went to college, so this is what we do, and they really have no motivation to be there. Well, I want to talk to you about the fact that this old saying I read one time: A students work for the B students who were hired by the C students that own the company. The A students work for the B students who are hired by the C students who own the company. Mark Zuckerberg, college dropout. Michael Dell, college dropout. Bill Gates, college dropout. A lot of these guys didn't drop out because they were dumb or because they were ignorant or because they couldn't cut it academically. They dropped out because they got what it was that they needed to get, and they said, hey, I'm done. I'm out. I gotta go. I got shit to do. I got places to go, people to see. Pardon me. And if the truth be told, with the high-ass expense of college, like Monmouth University, take for example, which is not a Harvard or Yale or MIT level school. Monmouth, I believe, is $45,000 a year. So if you come from a small town, two-parent family who, maybe make $60,000 or $70,000 between them, that's a huge, huge, huge deal right there. To spend $45,000 for college. And you really got to think about it. Does it really give you what you need? Does it really provide you with the academic enrichment that, in theory, it's supposed to? Is it really going to equip you for the real world? That's the magic question. Because at the end of the day, there are many people who go to trade school and get out in 2 years and are clearing six figures. There are many high school and college dropouts that locked on to what it was they wanted to do at a very, very young age. They figured it out. Even though they maybe didn't have formal school education, they educated themselves on their own. I often clown many attorneys and legal professionals because I know law better than them. Because when I was studying law because my ass was on the line. I had a different type of motivation. They were trying to take my mother's house. They were trying to take my father's business. They were trying to take everything we had. They merged my dad's credit file with mine. At the age of 19, I had $300K on my name. I'm on the expressway now, so it might be a little bit bumpy. Forgive me, but I'm trying to kill birds, 2 birds with 1 stone. I got shit to do. All right, got to get it in where I can fit it in. In any case, Parkway might be a little bumpy. I am one of those people who, I remember them saying that if you want to hide something from a black man, you put it in a book. I said, well, they're not going to hide it from me. And I went to the law libraries and the bookstores and used bookstores and, reading rooms and anywhere else sometime where they gave away free books. And I read everything I could on law and contracts and finance and real estate and mortgages and interest rates and credit bureaus and the credit system and the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. And while I didn't study that at school, I became an expert at that shit in life. And in 2009, I published the Credit Crisis Survival Kit, the Tricks, Trials, and Triumphs of Restoring Your Credit and Rebuilding Your Life. Not yet a bestseller, but we're trying to get there. It takes a little longer to get to Oprah's couch than I thought. But hey, I'm a published author and a publisher. And when I wrote that book, it was based on my knowledge that I gleaned from hanging around people like, legal professionals in DC and working with Johnny Cochran for a period of time and working with some people who really knew the law and studying until my eyes bugged out and studying some more. And realizing that, hey, at a certain point in time, I became so knowledgeable in this area that when people began to question me, I could just spit it off the top of my head. I didn't need to look at notes. I didn't need to refer to some book or some manual. It was right there because when I studied it and I got it in my heart, it was ball game. The Bible talks about my word have I hid in my heart. Thy word have I hid in my heart that I might not sin against you. I see a lot of Christians that walk around with Bibles and they walk around with crosses and everything, praise the Lord, but they don't have it in their heart. Wait a minute, let me go look at the scripture. It needs to be written on the tablet of your heart. And that law is written in the tablet of my heart because I was not studying for a grade. Now, I can whip most law school trained attorneys' asses with my hands tied behind my back and a blindfold on underwater because they have book knowledge and they don't even have the real knowledge of the law, because in law school you really don't learn law, you learn legal protocol. I actually learned the law on the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, Public Law 91-508, subsection C, and all of these different, the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, where they can't use a telephonic device to defame, harass, or threaten you. Well, they do that shit every day. But if you don't know what the law says, then these people violate you and you don't even know it. And at the end of the day, this is information I didn't learn in college. I wasn't studying for a grade. I was studying for life. So I had the supreme motivation to get that shit right. I had to get it right. If I didn't get it right, they was going to take every freaking thing my family had. And they never took anything. Paid the mortgage on my father's business for 2 years until we sold it. And my mother's still in the same house that she had then. They never took a goddamn thing. All because I decided I was going to educate myself in that area. And my motivation was not a grade. Now, this is the magic elixir I want you to get from this video. Many people are going to school studying for a grade. That's okay. But to study for life, you have a different type of motivation. You have a different swag in your walk. You have a different attitude. Motherfuckers will tell you you're crazy, you're arrogant, you're whatever. Let them talk. Because once you get that shit in your heart, I go into court and I piss judges off. I embarrass attorneys. I make them look el stupido. And not like because I'm trying to, just because I know so much and they know so little. Like, hello? Hello? At the end of the day, is it my fault if you got the cheat sheet from your fraternity brother and you passed the bar and I actually studied this shit and I got it on lock and you don't, and you have a law degree and a bar card but you don't know jack? And the only way you can win cases is sexing some judge or letting some homo judge fluke you in the blah, blah, blah. Hey, it goes on every day, all day, and twice on Sundays. I know the law, I don't have to cut deals, but it also makes my life more difficult because I don't play the game. They have a system, and I just totally abrupt that system. They don't like that. But as I said, education, you got to have a different motivation to get it. All education does not happen in the classroom. All education does not happen in the classroom. Sorry, I can't look directly in the camera full time. I'm out here doing about 78 miles an hour. I got to keep my eyes on the road. In any case, the real education, like my grandfather used to say, the real thing, boy, the real thing happens in the real world. All right? The real education happens not in the classroom. It happens in life. It happens in your experience. It happens in, the courtroom. It happens in, your exchanges with people. It happens in your meetings. It happens in your engagement with professionals. It happens in your conversations on the street with a police officer. That's where the real education goes down. So at the end of the day, before you or your child allow yourself to sign up for $80 or $100 or $150,000 in debt, when your child really doesn't want to be there and they really don't know what they want to do, you might want to rethink that thing, because remember, Bill Gates, college dropout. Michael Zuckerberg, college dropout. Michael Dell, and there's a whole list of them. They're actually highlighted in the next book that I'm writing. And I can't really tell you a lot of details about it because it's so hot and it's so crazy. But at the end of the day, when it comes out, it's going to be so controversial because it's going to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. And sometimes people don't like the truth. They're so used to being bullshitted and lied to and scammed and manipulated and fed a whole bunch of horse menage that when you actually speak the truth, it's just like you speaking a foreign language from another planet. But there are some people who are waiting for it, and they're ready, willing, and able to receive it. So I say to you, don't think that college is the only way to achieve success. Don't automatically assume that. And I admit, for a person of color, it helps to have some education under your belt. But while you're getting that book knowledge, you better get some street knowledge. And you better get some practical application with that. That's what the Bible was alluding to when it said, in all thy getting, get wisdom. For the merchandise of it is greater than the merchandise of silver, or the attainment thereof than fine gold. Wisdom. Because there are a whole bunch of educated fools out here. All we got to do is look at our government. Look right there in Washington, D.C. Every congressman, every senator, most of them are lawyers. They have law degrees. And many of them are dumb as a bag of bricks. You can't tell me George Bush passed the bar. Like, dumb as a bag of bricks. Okay? And at the end of the day, if you think going to college is going to make you smarter, you're wrong. Might give you some more information. Might get you a little bit better informed. But it doesn't make you smarter. You make you smarter. College doesn't do it. You do it. And first and foremost, you need to have the raw materials to begin with, which is a certain degree of innate intelligence and ingenuity. And, you just need to have something to begin with. Because you can send a dumb motherfucker to college, he'll get out of college and just be a dumb motherfucker with a degree. Oh, did I say that? Like Urkel used to say, did I do that? In any case, look, on my way to Philadelphia now, rolling rolling. Just figured since I don't have time to shoot videos, let me do it when I'm on the road. Hey. Some of y'all think I'm lying? You think this is a fake Hollywood movie backdrop? Oh wow, that's cold. That's cold-blooded. In any case, it's all good. I am just trying to send some love out to you guys and some wisdom and knowledge out to you guys so that you don't fall for the okie doke like many of those kids. I was looking at those kids out in Stockton studying their asses off, stressing over these exams that they're about to take, their finals. And I'm like, look at them, poor babies. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, the bumper sticker, the coffee mug, the whole nine. And I'll never do that shit again. And I feel like sometimes college was good on one hand, but I feel like it was a waste of time. They put me 3 years behind. I could have got what I needed to get in a year and a half and been out and been done with the shit. But I was convinced that because I was a slow learner with a speech impediment and had low self-esteem, that college was gonna mold me over and make me something special. Shit, I was something special to begin with. That's what you gotta understand. You're something special right now. You are born with everything that you already need when you come here. Your job is to work through the massaging of your brain and your character to pull all that ingenuity and pull all that wisdom and pull all that stuff out of you that's already there. And if you really understood what it was really about, you would know that the Latin root of the word educate, it means to draw out. It's like you put a empty pitcher in a well, you draw out water. Hold on one second, gotta pay this toll, y'all. How's it going? Can I get a receipt, please? How's your day going? Thanks a lot, have a good one. All right. Ready to hit the strip club, y'all. I'm just joking. Look, that's what you call ghetto rich. 2 5s and 8 1. Yeah, I'm balling, nigga, yeah. I'm sorry. You can tell I work with children, right? Gotta stay up on it. Gotta keep you fast on your feet, nigga. You better think fast, nigga. Think fast. Get caught up. Mess around, get your feelings hurt. Hey, but in any case, we passed this fool going 12 miles an hour. In any case, look, you are already something special. You're already fearfully and wonderfully made. You're very unique. You're gifted and talented. And while you're waiting on the Lord, He's waiting on you. God dang it. He already put everything in you need, man. You got it. You just got to pull it all together and pull it out. That's what I was saying. Educate. Education, the root word is educate. It means to draw out. So all a good professor or a good teacher or good instructor is doing is pulling out of you something that's already there. Imagine that. He might be showing you a few nuances, refining you a little bit, teaching you 1 or 2 things, but he's really pulling out the raw talent that's already there. He's polishing it, refining it, blowing the dust off of it, and BAM! There you are. Educate, to draw out. But you can do that for yourself. You don't need a college professor to do that, and you don't need even an instructor to do that. It helps to have one. But my dad did it. He did it alone for himself. And you can too. You can be a success and make 6 figures and more without a college degree. You don't necessarily have to have it. It's nice if you do, but if there's another way you want to go, follow your heart, follow your gut, follow your love. Where is the love you said was mine, all mine? till the end of time? Was it just a lie? Where is the love? You told me that you didn't love him, and you were gonna say goodbye. Oh, see, y'all don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know now. You don't know now. You gotta follow the love, y'all. Where's the love? Do you have love for what you do? Do you really love that job? How many of y'all hear your parents and hear family members complaining and griping and beefing about how they hate their job? Why do you keep going? Oh, because you got debt. You got to service that debt. So it makes you go to a job that you hate, to work for a boss that you can't stand, in a position that gives you high blood pressure. That's intelligent. Where is the love? If you had a sudden change of heart, I wish that you had told me so. See, your heart's always talking to you, but the question is, are you living? Are you listening? Where's the love, y'all? Anyway, I talk way too damn much. Just wanted to fit it in. College, education, not for everybody. Put your heart into it, whatever you do. Get to a public library, go to a bookstore, go to where they sell used books. Anywhere in any town in America, there's a bookstore, there's a thrift store that sells books for 50 cents or $1. You can find anything you want to find.